So instead of us focusing on how much money they got and what their credit is, let's focus on them realizing I'm not a sleazebag salesperson like everybody else. I'm genuinely here to help you. That's what we need to identify first before we start trying to push somebody towards a car. You're nobody to them. You're a stranger. Matter of fact, they really don't trust you. And we have to prove to them I'm different from the 3 or 4 other places you went where all they wanted to do was ask you about your money and credit. All they wanted to do was try to get you in the car. And let me ask y'all this. So let's just say a customer is out there looking at a car or a truck or an SUV. It's one of these nice Georgia days, 90 degrees, right? Sales rep sees the customer out there by the car, and they're ignorant, lacking knowledge. They say, oh yeah, oh, you like this? And guess what? The customer actually does like that. They're not just looking at it, they really like it. And the sales rep says, wait right here, I'm going to go get the keys. Because, they just came out there, they don't have the keys on them, huh? Now, we're going to do an exercise. Because what do you think the sales rep tell the customer? Wait right here, I'll be back in a what? In a minute. Now, that was 60 seconds. That illustrious 1 minute that we tell everybody, I'll be right back in a minute. How long did that feel like, you just might say, I'll be back in a minute. Did that feel like a minute? Or did that feel just a little uncomfortably long?
And that 1 minute probably turned into 5 minutes later.
Now, boom. So think about it now. We say, wait right here, 90 degrees outside. Wait right here, let me go get the keys. Now, we just saw what 60 seconds felt like standing there doing nothing. Now, they're outside sweating, waiting on you, who they don't trust. Y'all trust me because you know the dealership has trusted me to be here and all of that good stuff. But they don't know you at all. So they're out there, and like he just said, they come inside, you come in, you got to check the keys out. So guess what you got to do? Give it to the manager. You got to get the stop number, give it to the manager, check the key out. Somebody might say, hey man, you out there with somebody? So you're going to stop like, yeah, well, I think I got something out there. Might have to use the bathroom real quick because you're going to be out there with 5 minutes that elapsed. 5 of what we just went through. Okay? And then the sales rep walks out. And they're so excited. They're like, oh, I got keys, baby. 90 degrees. Hit that unlock button. Because if it's 90 degrees outside, it's 100 degrees on the inside of the car. Unlock. Open that door up. Boom, it's a song. How long is anybody going to want to sit in a hot car that might be leather seats and there's 100 degrees in there? Oh, but let's turn on the AC. What happens when we turn the AC on? More hot heat. Right? So now the customer's been standing outside sweating for 5 minutes. Now we come up to open up a hot car to ask them to sit in it, and then we say, let me turn it on for you. And then guess what happens? The last person who showed it forgot to turn the lights off. So this sales rep that was so excited, ooh, I'm going to show this person the car because they're standing next to it. Just that when they finally really start talking to the person that said they like this, really only want to spend $400 a month, got $500 to put down, and really qualifies for the 2021 4Runner in the pre-owned section. So this sales rep has spent all of that time running to do all of that stuff, don't know anything about this person, don't know what they do for a living, don't know what their budget is, don't know what they're using the car for, don't know if every decision maker is right there. They're just so excited in 90-degree heat to show somebody something, and for what? What did you show? That you're unprofessional, but you think you're doing a good job. And the customer's saying, damn, this is exactly what it said. Damn, it's hot as hell out here. And if it's more than one person, this is really what's happening. I don't know how long I'm only taking, but I ain't going to be out here all day. I tell you what, shit, you want to leave? Want to bounce? No, we're going to wait. We're going to be polite because he ran in there. But as soon as he get back out there, we out of here. That's exactly what happens. You know, left them alone to have a conversation in the heat, pissed off because you left them there. What idiot leaves somebody outside in the heat while they run in the AC? Yeah, because what are you even showing them? I don't care if a customer walks in and says, hey y'all, yes, I love the 2024 Camry. That's what I want. It's the one right there on the showroom floor. I want that. No questions asked. And you know what most ignorant salespeople do? Right on. I got one. No, you got nothing. Because then you find out this person can't get approved for a pack of gum. That's why they came in so gung-ho, acting like they can get approved when they knew their credit is jacked. Because anybody that really got good credit don't walk in like that. You know how they walk in? Like, Nope, just let me see what you got first. You know why? Because they know they got good credit. They can go anywhere they want to. They ain't pressed. People with bad credit put on the show. Yeah, I only pay cash for stuff. You know, get out of here. Nobody does that. But the point being is, don't be in a rush to show a vehicle. If you're going to show it, set the stage. Meaning where you greeted this person and you brought them in and you sat them down. You got your own workstation. Sit them down. But before you even sit them down, matter of fact, let me pull this up. When you're walking them in, when you bring your customer inside, before you greet them on the showroom floor or on that lot, before you ever sit somebody down in the seat, the very first thing you should do is walk them over there about where the coffee machine and that stuff is at. Hey, listen, real quick. Or at least while you're walking to your desk, you're asking them, hey, would you like any coffee, water, hot chocolate? We got an espresso machine, we got bottled waters, anything? Now, why do you think we would say, hey, would you like coffee, water, hot chocolate, or something, as opposed to, do you want something to drink? Why do you think I gave them options rather than, do you want something to drink?
Trying to plant the idea seed.
Idea seed? They got options over there. Why else would I say that outside of idea seed?
You just give them a coffee drink and like.
You know what it's like, you know what you have.
I know, yeah, so elaborate.
So it's like, rather than saying, hey, you looking for a car, you're like, hey, so are you looking for, like, it's being specific. So that way they have, like, a better understanding and more knowledge to their own, like, decisions.
Well, close, because if I say, hey, do you want something to drink? And they say, yeah, I'd love a shot of vodka. Do I have vodka? No. Do I have a beer? No. I don't have champagne or any of that. So I'm not going to say, and do you want something to drink? Is that an open or a closed-in question?
That's a closed-in question.
Now, some of y'all didn't respond because you may not be familiar yet. Now, let me ask this question. Remember, there's no wrong answers in here. What makes a closed-in question a closed-in question?
Can't follow up.
Why?
Because you won't.
Why? Because the responses are what?
Absolutely.
Yes or no. The reason why a closed-in question is called closed is because the only response is yes or no. And what does that do when the only response is yes or no? Michael just said it. Minimizes communication. And as a matter of fact, y'all, in sales, and this is something this is going to take some effort on y'all part. It takes some time to get this down. But the only time you ever want to ask a closed-in question is when you know that the only logical response is yes. So just to give an example, like if I'm showing somebody a vehicle and I say, and listen, this truck right here has turn signal lights on the side mirror, and that way it's an additional notification tool. So if you're driving down the road and you go to the right or to the left and you go to merge and the person does your turn signal light, the back is out and they can't see it, at least your side mirror notification will let them know. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to make an investment in a vehicle like this, you want to make sure everybody make it home in one piece, right? So you would assume this person would say, yes. I mean, when somebody would say, no, F that, I want everybody to die. No, nobody's going to say that. You know what I'm saying? So the only time you should ever use a closed-in question, which is yes or no, is when you know that the logical response is yes. Now, an open-ended question is one that forces dialogue from the customer. Okay? And this is where people drop the ball. Most people have no idea of how to ask questions. Good salespeople practice what to say. The great ones practice what to ask. Because if I'm talking, I'm not the one buying. So why am I doing all the talking? That's retarded. But people think sales is about the gift of gab. You know how I know? Because I thought that when I was younger. Because I've always had a good mouthpiece. It's not about the gift of gab. I struggled the most when I thought sales was about the gift of gab, and I thought I had game that was just shooting me gift. No. My sales and my results tripled when I asked more questions. So I was still speaking, but as opposed to making statements, I asked questions. And what I was learning was like, damn, the more questions I asked, the more these people was trusting me. Because I want y'all to realize something. I shared this with them yesterday, and I'll state it again for everybody in here. The more information a person shares with you about themselves, the more trust they'll have for you. Why do you love your wife? Because, or your significant other? Because she knows the ins, the outs, the goods, the bads, the dark crowd that nobody knows, and still wake up to you every day. Why is our best friend our best friend? Same thing. They done been with us on some of our darkest crap. And they kept their mouth shut and stayed loyal, so we ride with them. So the more person shares with you about themselves, the more comfortable they'll feel with you. And think about it, if I can get y'all in this room talking to me about your wives, your kids, your husbands, your boyfriends, your pain points, your travels, your vacations, that's your personal life. If I can get you talking about that, imagine when we start talking about that vehicle, how easy that's going to be. You really don't mind telling me about a piece of plastic or metal that got lights and tires on it. If you talk to me about your children, your wife, your husband, your mama, your daddy, your job, your life. So don't be so quick to want to go through an interrogation on the vehicle. Find out who you're dealing with. Find out what they're going to be using it for. You know, hey, y'all take vacations in it? Well, yeah, we do. Really, what's the last cool place y'all went to? We went to Vegas. How long did it take you to get there? What y'all do when you got there? Any cool places you suggest I should go if I ever get there? Oh, man, that must be. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's me being a salesperson, but I'm a person. And guess what this person I'm speaking with says? Damn, he's really into us. He really cares about what we got going on. So, since he or she was willing to listen to me up front early, guess what happens? They're willing to listen to you later. That's what happens. But when the salesperson do all the talking up front, okay, customer say, okay, you want to talk so much? Go ahead. Or it's two people and the salesperson assumes one person is more the buyer than the other one. Now let me hit y'all with something. You see a man and a woman walk in today, don't believe that dude is the one with the money and the credit. In a lot of situations, he just there as a showpiece. She just said, come on with me. So they think you know what you're talking about. But it's really her buying. And the person be on talking to the dude and he had to step out of hill. She the one with the money and the credit, bro. My name ain't even going on. So show respect. If two men walk in, don't assume they brothers or father and son. They might be husbands or boyfriend. Two women walk in. They might not be mother and daughter. They could be husband and wife. So that's why you hear me say significant other a lot. That's not saying spouse, because if you're not married, it's not just spouse. But significant other, it captures all of that without being disrespectful to the LGBTQ plus IA, whatever it is, and to everybody else. Right? So when you're stepping up and dealing with customers, just don't assume. Y'all know what assuming does anyway, right?
Makes sense.
And you're like, yeah. So, and that happens a lot in this. Why? We don't make any money assuming. I'll tell you that right now. Those of you that you don't make $1 assuming. Matter of fact, you lose money assuming. Why assume when you got the living, breathing person right in front of you? Ask. Never be afraid. Like, this is what happens. A lot of salespeople say, I don't want to ask this because it might blow my sale. Let me ask you this question. Be honest. Up until the vehicle is delivered and the customer drives off, what do you have?
Make sure that you check out the Selling for Success sales training portal. It has sales training courses, audios, videos, manuals, everything you need to catapult your sales results to a whole new level. So remember, check out sellingforsuccess.org, the sales training portal. I'm Brian Maxwell saying again, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you at the top.